Hey everybody, welcome to Movie versus the podcast. In defense of bad movies, this is a prequel to 31. I am pretty sure I marked it down as 31, so let's hope it's 31. And I don't know if I already said it, but my name's Tyler Lamb. And to my left here is one of my co-hosts, Steve Janik. Steve, how's it going?
It's going pretty good. I'm no longer sick. I think I spread it to Charlie somehow.
Perfect.
So I got rid of it.
So your plan worked out.
No,
Yes.
dude, I'm totally good.
And believe it or not, that voice is Charlie Pixley. What's up, Chuck?
I feel great.
That's
You
good to
sound
hear.
like it.
And we actually have somebody else sitting in the room with us, guys. I know.
Oh, shit.
I know that I didn't tell you guys we were having a guest, but that guy sitting there is actually going to be a part of the podcast. He's here for a reason.
That's great communication.
It's Joe Groller, Joey J.
I thought it was
From,
just your new manservant.
Well, I mean, yeah, it's a little bit of column A, a little bit of column B
dual
kind of thing.
role.
Yeah.
Give and take relationship.
Yeah, it's because we got into a car accident and he didn't have any insurance, so the judge ordered him to be my butler.
Jerry Seinfeld is Tyler's life coach.
When's the crew showing up to videotape that? Because that sounds like I smell a movie.
Sitcom.
Oh, it's sitcom. Oh,
Yeah,
okay.
You gotta videotape that movie.
Is it a single camera?
Yeah.
No, multicam coming to CBS this fall.
Multicam, but they're both hand crank.
That's good because CBS lost a lot of its quality programming.
Yeah, very recently. But yeah, Joe Groller from Three Wise
that it can
Media.
lose something that it doesn't have.
Three Wise Radio. Okay, yeah, from Three Wise Radio, our sexy cousin podcast over there. So
Three Wise Media is the network you're a
that's
part
right.
of.
That's right. I think it's because I say that more than I say Three Wise Radio. So that's why I got confused a little bit. But yeah, so Joe, you're going to be assigning us 3 movies. You have a theme picked out. You've got
I have a theme picked out in honor of Pirates of the Caribbean 5, a movie nobody asked for, that nobody really wanted to see.
Yesterday, for a moment, I thought it was my turn to pick because I forgot that Joe was coming on. So I was like, oh, crap, I got to come up with a theme. And I was also going to do something in honor of the new Pirates of the Caribbean. But carry on. You're taking the reins.
Worst movie sequels that came out during the summer. So these are sequels to successful films.
wow,
Like blockbuster sequel.
Yeah.
Well, supposed to be blockbuster sequel.
sequels.
and
that
you
came
haven't
out
seen
during
any
the
of
summer.
these, right?
I haven't seen any of them.
Okay.
I've maybe seen like
Weekend at
10
Bernie's
minutes
2.
of one.
John Carter goes to Venus.
See, I was just going to do something based
With
on Johnny
Ernest.
Depp because we were going to be going off the Depp end.
No, it's
there's a lot of
the
bad
Depp
ones
end.
in the Depp library,
I like
too.
that. But no, Charlie, it's John Carter of Mars goes to Venus.
Yeah, he's with Ernest.
I'm just excited because one of us is probably going to get to see Out of the Shadows again.
Out of the Shadows.
The
What movie is that?
TMNT 2.
Oh yeah, Tim.
No, so I'll give you guys a little hint. None of these movies have come out in like this millennium.
In theaters.
Okay.
I'm real excited already.
Or this century.
And I know
Whoa.
for a fact someone's gonna have to pay to see 2 of them.
Okay. Well,
Challenge
Well,
accepted.
yeah, we'll see. We'll see about that.
are you sure? It'll be one of those where we type it in and it says full movie on YouTube. Like
You
it's-
forgot
I'll tell you what,
that.
if you can find it, good for you, because there's at least one that I have never seen available.
Have you seen
Okay.
Now You See Me Too?
It's on HBO Go, but I've never watched it.
See,
no.
okay, so I have access to the dark web. so I don't have to pay for anything in life.
Yeah, but what if somebody counter hacks you?
Oh, well, shit.
Then you're fucked.
Yes. Yep.
You can't counter a counter
Like, I
hack.
still don't have to pay for the movie. I just get fucked.
So it's a plus.
It depends.
So what are these movies, Joe? Let me.
Depends.
I haven't even
it's
said.
Really embarrassing.
I haven't even said. We watch bad movies and try to make them sound good. And yeah, so Joe, you have this theme. All the movies you haven't seen any of them,
I haven't seen any of them.
And
I've seen the trailers. I know of them, and I've seen the first installments of all these films.
Ooh, that makes it even
yeah,
better.
that is good. And then also, they're all under 60% on Rotten Tomatoes.
Oh, by far.
Okay.
Oh,
Those are
Most of them, I'm pretty sure, under 25.
Oh, yeah.
like Mike too?
No,
No,
Oh, please, God.
it's pre-2000.
he said under 60% on Rotten Tomatoes.
Like Mike came out in like 1950.
Oh, you're right. I'm sorry.
And he said
Starring
summer.
Jerry Matthews
He
from
said
Leave It to Beaver.
he said summer blockbuster, not documentary,
Yeah, you're right.
not memoir. So Joe, what are these movies? Do you have 3 specific and you have okay? Well then
I
okay.
have 3 specific. So I'm gonna let you guys pick
Oh,
indirectly.
fight to the death.
Indirectly.
Okay.
Oh,
what
he's
it is
okay.
You guys want to see?
We're taking one of those BuzzFeed quizzes,
Yes.
and it's going to tell
I'll
us
never
what
believe
movie.
kind of. So I'm going to describe the movie. At least it's how I know it.
Which one's supposed to shock me?
number 13.
Oh shit!
So you have the most recent film
Next.
that is a high action.
No, he
paced-
said sequels.
No,
Out of these
I
3,
meant I wanted the next bit of information.
Oh, I thought
so-
you were saying the movie next.
No,
although I would like to see.
you gotta get that ad money. That's what I meant.
So you have the most recent film in our library, which is a high action paced sequel that did not live up to its name.
Okay.
All right. Then you have a comedy sequel to one of the best films ever known that fell flat on its face.
Oh, okay. I think I know that one. Yeah.
And then
I think I like it.
lastly, you have a pseudo musical sequel directed by an Academy Award nominee, but he was not nominated for directing.
Okay.
Can you repeat that
So is
one more
that-
time? Sorry. And
That's the
Semi-music-
Argo musical.
So
Semi-musical, directed by an Academy
Academy
Award winner. That was
an Academy Award nominee
that.
Oh.
that was not nominated for directing.
Oh, okay.
Honestly, this is like the best like brain teaser puzzle that I have ever. I can't do it.
That you've ever
That
had?
I've ever had.
Dear God, man.
So, what do you guys think? If
He's-
you guys
he's
can
just really
guess-
smart.
If you guys can guess any of the movies,
I
I'll
think
let you.
I'm
I'll
gonna-
let you have that movie.
I think
if
the
you want.
Right?
I was gonna say I think the second one, the
Oh wait,
comedy
you said
one
not
is
this millennium.
yeah. I
right?
think the comedy
Yes.
one's Caddyshack too.
That is
Oh,
correct.
fuck yeah! I was thinking. I don't. Well,
The comedy one is Caddyshack too.
Yeah, that's. I've never seen Caddyshack, so
I've seen 5 minutes of Caddyshack 2.
Caddyshack 2 is rough.
And all I know from it is that Dan Aykroyd tries to be Bill Murray in the 5 minutes I saw, and that's all I know.
The best part of Caddyshack 2 is that Randy Quaid's involved.
yeah. And
Is
isn't
that you
Rodney
get s-
Dangerfield in it?
He's in the first one.
I was
don't know
gonna
if he's
say
in the
that
second.
you get
No,
sweet
it's-
jokes for making fun of it.
No, the second one is crazy.
Okay. I mean,
Grease 2
I.
for the musical. Grease
No.
2.
Oh, okay.
Good guess though.
Yeah, that is a good guess.
You're on the right track.
Semi-musical? I don't know. Fuck it though. I kind of want the musical.
Oh, Dirty Dancing 2. No, that just came out a few years ago. Flashdance 2.
No.
What was
Music
what was the
Man
musical
2.
about?
So
Cats 2.
hang on. We'll go back to the first one here because I think this will be easier. The first one
Electric
is a
Yellow.
90s movie that's a high action paced movie.
Point Break 2.
Close. That you're almost on the right track with these. Like
oh, Speed 2.
yes.
Okay, yeah.
Shit.
Ooh.
Damn it, that is close.
Yes. So if you were close with Grease 2, what would be a pseudo musical sequel?
Crisco 2.
No. What would be a pseudo musical movie starring John Travolta that's not Grease?
Oh,
Saturday
Staying
Night
Alive
Fever
2?
2. Saturday Night Fever.
Saturday
Saturday
Night
Night
Fever.
Fever
is the movie. Staying Alive is the brain tease that I was giving you.
All right.
Directed by Sylvester Stallone.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, wow. Wait, it's called Staying Alive,
Yes.
and it's a sequel. It's an official sequel
It's an
to
official sequel to Saturday Night Fever.
Is John Travolta in it?
Yes.
Oh. Does he wear that From Paris with Love wig?
No, this is 1983. So
I'm down
And
to
I
watch any of these.
Hold on.
I
So,
use wig very
have
loosely.
you guys have you guys seen Saturday Night Fever? Either of you?
No.
I've seen all of these things.
Oh, you have?
Yeah.
Okay, so
that's impressive because I can never find
I've
Staying
only
Alive,
seen
and that has been like
Caddyshack.
an enigma in the
wait,
back of my brain.
you've actually seen Staying Alive?
I've seen all of these and the things before them. I have watched all of these films and their
I
predecessors.
think you should just. I think
my
the
hat
next.
off is to you, sir, because
think-
that is very impressive.
I think the next podcast you should just present your thesis paper on these 3 movies or 6 movies.
Okay. I can finally dust it off.
It's already pre-written. You just,
Of course it's pre-written.
You just need to polish up the PowerPoint.
No, it
No,
takes
no,
up
I'm gonna
a
have to make
whole
a-
external hard drive. He just needs to dust off the hard drive.
Well, no, I'm gonna have to convert it from the floppy.
Yeah,
The original floppy, not the floppy that
The
became like,
floppies, because
Yeah.
there are like 100 of them.
yeah.
well, yeah, because each one of them held like 5 bits of data.
Yes.
I would say so. I've seen the only one of these that I've seen is Speed. So
You've never seen Caddyshack?
no.
Damn,
so,
you need to watch that.
So
man.
how
It's
about
hilarious.
You've
You'd love
never
it.
seen the first Caddyshack?
no, I haven't.
I actually do think you would like the first Caddyshack.
First Caddyshack is wonderful.
That
Yeah, it's
Animal
really
House are
good.
funny. as
So I would say, I mean, it's your decision at the end of the day, Joe. But how
fuck. I've
about
only seen Caddyshack.
we do the movies? We
Oh, you've only seen Caddyshack?
Wait, no. If you've only seen Caddyshack,
Check,
then you
you've
should do
only seen
Caddyshack 2.
Speed.
You should do Speed 2, and I should do Staying
That's
Alive.
that's what
Absolutely.
I was getting to. Yeah, that's what I was getting to.
I'm
the movies that we've
perfectly
seen.
fine with that because I think that way you guys can make the best arguments.
Speed 2, I feel like, is going to be the easiest one. Like, this movie's fucking awesome.
It's got Keanu Reeves.
No, it does
End of
not.
No, it
story.
doesn't have Keanu Reeves.
That's
Oh,
she
wait,
wrote-
you're right.
Keanu Reeves does not return, but it has Sandra
It's-
Bullock
And Willem Dafoe.
Yes.
Yeah, it's fucking
That's
going to be
right.
a runaway.
no, because like she breaks up.
Runaway
She breaks
boat.
up with him.
Run-
She breaks up with Keanu Reeves right
Run-
before the second movie, and then is dating another guy who she doesn't know is a SWAT team. Like
Yes.
she finds out when shit starts going down that he's like a SWAT team member, and she's like, "Wait, again?"
I just remember
Is it not like
the-
Christian Slater or
How
something?
trailer.
congenial.
I just remember the trailer, and I know it takes place on a boat, and I know at some point the boat hits land.
Well, it is called cruise
my-
control.
my
She
God.
So
really gets
yeah.
blindsided.
How many more of those you got, Chuck?
What's that cop movie?
all about Steve.
no, it's the Heat.
Wow, she really took some heat for this one.
Smooth. It's all no. It's all about Steve. That
She
other
read
movie
the
she was
script
in.
and she was
Yeah,
like,
that's what I
"Bull."
said.
Damn it, I didn't hear it.
Miss Congeniality, go.
I already said
he said,
congenial
he
earlier.
said congenial.
Oh, I did not get that.
Well, we could talk about the net, the proposal. I mean, I
Oh.
got them stocked.
The net. Oh, you want to
Oh,
talk
yeah.
about a
Wait, hold
bad
on.
movie?
Is that-
I love the net.
Are they all written on your hand, Steve? Why did you?
That's a tattoo.
They are not. I just know them.
Bullock's filmography tattooed.
Oh, the net is. Oh God.
The net is so bad.
Yes. And here's the thing.
Almost
and,
as
like,
good as Jumping Jack Flash.
Yeah, maybe, but it's that one's so bad that like in 1994, everyone believed like your identity could just become someone else, and people are like going to believe that. Like even people you
Yeah.
know would think that you are not who you are. Like it is by far that and
Wait,
Hackers
like somebody
are-
steal your identity?
I was just gonna
or
say that movie and like that and Hackers did so much disservice to how computers work. It makes
Yes.
zero sense.
hold on.
and yet I love Hackers.
The way you phrase
dude, I
that,
love it so
the way you phrase that, is it? I've never seen it. I'm unfamiliar. I've never even heard of it before. Like stealing somebody's identity, or you
so,
said
like-
your identity just becomes something else.
It's
they,
like they wipe. No, it's like they wipe her identity, and then it's like people forget who she is because
Yeah.
they wiped her identity.
Correct me if I'm
okay.
wrong. So if I
thinking of that
remember
like
correctly,
a-
and I haven't seen this movie in maybe 20 years.
I'm probably the
Quantum
same
Leap.
boat.
So-
Quantum Leap is what I'm thinking. Like,
Quantum
you
Leap's
just
a
like,
great show.
No,
You
I know.
bite your tongue.
I know.
Scott Bakula's an
I've
American
seen
hero.
a shit ton of that, but I'm saying that's what you made me think. Like you just like, whoa, and
No, you're
change
just
it to
somebody
something else.
That's what I
When's
thought
that
too.
old TV show becoming a movie? Because I'd watch that.
Yeah.
No, the net though. You want to talk about the net for a second? It's I kind of remember this to where she's like some sort of nerdy like IT woman
Yeah.
or whatever, and then she
Loser.
goes to bed with this dude or whatever who like she wouldn't believe would be interested.
Never
in her.
mind.
They sleep together and like
Nice.
wakes up the next morning, and people believe she's some sort of like thief or like someone on the run from the law, and someone else is her, and like even the people she works with are like, no, you're not you anymore. It's like, are you serious? I was just sitting here yesterday.
It's a really confusing movie, and there's a lot of
Ends at a
like.
convention or something.
Well, I think it has to do with like she's so shy, and like I think it was like a really big hoax sort of thing, like in the game.
Or Collateral
But-
Beauty.
Yeah, but like people
Like a
were
real
just like
crying
messing.
game.
Like they paid the people that she worked with to ignore her and things like that to make her think that she was going crazy and wasn't who she was, and she just kind of was like so off the grid, like socially, that she didn't have anyone to go to. So like the people at work just didn't care about her anymore and that sort of thing. So it was like really easy to make her feel more isolated than she was.
And it ended up just being all a goof.
Yeah.
and a birthday party or some shit. Like,
Well, it wasn't a birthday
spoilers
party.
for the game, but
It was like a big thing to kind of pin something on her.
that always kind of bothered me about that movie is that
Oh yeah.
at the end they're just like, haha, we got you. Happy birthday.
Yeah.
And he's like, what?
You made me think 6 people were dead.
Surprise. So okay, wait. I'm seeing Speed 2, Cruise Control.
Yes.
You're gonna have to see Caddyshack 2.
Cruise control.
and Steve, you're gonna have to see Staying Alive, Caddyshack 2.
Yeah,
Cruise control.
it's Staying Alive sequel to The Bubble Boy. That's another John Travolta movie.
He's in Bubble Boy?
Not the
No,
one that
there's
you're
an
not
original
the Jake,
Bubble Boy from like the 70s.
Yes.
I was thinking of the Jake Gyllenhaal
yeah,
one.
it's not the Jake Gyllenhaal one. They originally did it with John Travolta.
Okay. Why? Why does anybody do anything with John Travolta?
You have to remember, John Travolta was something of like a sex icon
Can we-
in the 70s
can
when
we-
he was on Welcome Back, Kotter or something.
Yeah.
So
Can we just all watch Wild Hogs instead?
He somehow got people to watch what was that movie called? The one where he rides mechanic Urban Cowboy. He got people to watch that movie.
people
He
loved
still
that movie
can't
when
say
it
Idina
came out.
Menzel.
Yes, they did.
Yeah, I forgot about that. Holy crap.
I watched that movie.
Travolta's
because
done a lot of crap.
Steve apparently just doesn't forget about anything.
I mean,
I-
good for him.
Hey,
I also
He
spent a lot
wasn't
of time at
Face-Off, though.
Blockbuster when that was a thing.
Oh, so did I.
they
Don't be
did.
ashamed of that, sir.
They did take his face off.
His best role.
Yeah, no, yes.
The face waterfalls.
Yeah.
Face Off is one of the best films of all time.
Yeah, it's like the only movie
It
where
has
we
John
get
Travolta
two.
and
It's
Nicolas
up
It's
there.
like, no, it's the only movie where we get two Nicolas Cages.
It's up there on the list with Timeline, next to Timeline for you, Joe.
Oh no, Face Off may be one of the best movies of all time because not only does it star John Travolta and Nicolas Cage,
Period.
it's
End
directed
of
by
argument.
John Woo,
Yeah.
who directed the best Mission Impossible film, hands down,
Yeah.
MI2.
Disagree, but
And then, so you have Gun Fu, and the opening sequence in the airplane, in the airplane hangar, is just amazing.
Mm-hmm.
And
oh, I thought you were talking about the
and
opening
it's
sequence where he
produced.
shoots the kid.
and then it's produced by Michael Douglas, even.
Yeah, I didn't
'Cause he
know
was
that.
originally
It-
supposed
well,
to
it has
be in it.
it has that scene where Nick Cage just grabs that choir girl's butt and he's like, "Oh."
No.
Do you like peaches or
that
whatever
was
he says?
way nicer. He goes,
yeah.
almost like that.
Yeah, he probably
And that wasn't even supposed to be in the film. They were just taping background.
I was trying to think of a jizz joke, but I couldn't think of how to tie it to the music.
You couldn't.
Disappointing.
You couldn't do that
No,
You okay?
because
Something-
all the other
something's
ones
No.
have been
off.
I had
so
a-
highbrow.
I had a rough night.
you
last
might be
night.
getting
It's
sick,
not-
too.
Yeah, maybe that's what it is. Oh fuck! What were we even talking about? Why did we bring? Oh, timeline. So
you're talking about our last two casts ago
the last
now at this point.
a couple casts ago. Joe mentioned the timeline was one of his favorite
Medieval
movies.
I'm not a big
and he didn't
medieval
even mention
fan.
the fact that it's because
so not
action
Kid
star
King
Paul
Arthur's
Walker.
What?
So not Kid King Arthur's Court?
I mentioned that
No.
one.
Okay.
but
Well, what's the
it's
Martin
not
Lawrence
one?
one?
Black Knight.
Oh, yeah, that's
yeah.
right.
All of these
Yeah,
were
they
mentioned.
they
I
mentioned
thought
that
that's what it
because
was, but I didn't be like, what's the Martin Lawrence one? Black Knight? And then if it wasn't
And everybody-
that,
then you're just racist.
yeah, no, I when you guys started talking about medieval movies, I was like, motherfuckers better bring up Black Knight. So yeah, go check out that cast. It's two casts ago now. By the
casts
time
ago,
this will
yes.
come out. So I guess we should watch these trailers, shouldn't we?
I guess.
It's okay. Let's
No
let's
need.
do
I
that.
got them all stocked up here.
Yeah, can you reenact them for us then?
I'll just-
Oh, that scene is from timestamp 24 minutes and 37
You guys should sit back for my interpretive dance.
All right, yeah, we'll be right back.
Little known trivia fact: Beverly Hills Cop, written for Frank Stallone. Really? Yeah.
I didn't know anything was ever written for Frank Stallone.
Not even his diary.
Well, that would be written by him, Steve.
Yeah, by him for him.
for him. It's therapeutic.
For him, by him.
So we just
Fibba.
we just watched those trailers. Joe, you said there was something you wanted to bring up. I think it was about Speed 2, maybe that we were.
Oh, Speed 2. So in the opening of that trailer, they do their best to try and make you remember that Keanu Reeves is maybe in this movie until like halfway through where you find out, oh, it's a different guy.
Oh,
Like
yeah,
they don't even show the guy right away. Like they show quick flashes of him, everything, and it's like, you guys love Speed. Keanu didn't sign on again.
They should have just edited in clips from the first movie and mirrored them
Yeah.
into the trailer.
Yeah, those.
Just like it's clearly a bus interior with like water outside.
Yeah.
I mean, all those trailers are pretty interesting.
Mine, I don't know, the way from what I saw from those trailers, Charlie's looks like an action movie. Tyler, yours looks terrible.
No,
mine just looks boring.
I'm seeing Speed 2.
Oh, you're seeing Speed 2?
Yes.
Sorry, I got this confused.
Yes.
Sorry.
No,
Charlie.
Caddyshack 2 is an action
That would
movie.
have been funny if when we said that you would have been like, yeah, I know.
Yeah, it would have been.
I don't understand. I don't understand. Why are you?
No, but either way, action movie. Mine looked super boring from that trailer. It was just like Travolta doing
Mine
some
was
jumps.
like, okay, Caddyshack was really successful. Let's take all the parts that worked the worst.
But here's the
and
question.
beef them up.
Will any of these movies be so bad that they're actually good?
I think that's what we're all banking on at this point.
I have a feeling that mine won't be. Because I've heard people say that they like Speed 2 for. I didn't even know about Staying Alive, though, so that could be a total
Mine's
piece
just
of
under
shit.
the radar. Mine's under the radar.
I've never heard people say they like Speed 2.
I think mine might have just been you guys talking about it on your cast.
I think it was, yes.
So it could also be
Yeah.
dog shit.
Someone was just saying that they enjoyed Speed as well. It was
Yeah.
T-O-O.
yeah. Yeah.
And they weren't talking about the movie.
No, yeah.
It was the drug.
This whole time, it took me a while to realize we were talking about a movie. But so those are the movies. Again, Caddyshack 2 for Charlie, Speed 2, Cruise Control for me, and then Staying Alive for Steve. And what was the theme again? It's sequels to blockbuster.
Worst summer blockbuster sequels.
Okay.
So all these movies were released during a summer month, like June or
Yeah.
July. It was like 83, 88, and like 96 or something
This
like
is
that.
a well-crafted
It is,
theme.
yeah.
So, in all of these movies, I'm pretty sure are lower than 25%.
Okay,
So
perfect.
these not only are critically bad, they bomb.
Probably
They
reviewed
all
by like
bomb.
2 people.
Well, and it doesn't help that like most of them are sequels to beloved movies.
Yes,
Yeah.
and that's the point as well. So, because in all honesty, I love the first Pirates of the Caribbean movie.
I do too.
I think
I
it's
really like
an
the first
amazing
Pirates.
film.
It gets real bad real quick.
Yeah, I haven't really. I thought it was. I wasn't a huge fan of the first one, and then the second one was like, yeah.
I mean, if you didn't like the first one,
yeah,
it's
the
only
second
gonna
one
get
was
worse.
so bad to me.
So with Pirates of the Caribbean, I say it's the Matrix trilogy. It suffers from the Matrix trilogy to where like you have a really great first movie and you should have left it at that. But then you decide you needed 2 more parts back to back, and the second movie is bogged down by so much having to do with the third that the second movie's not great unless the third one's going to be great, and the thirds are just hot garbage.
Yeah, and I've only the third one is actually the only one I haven't seen.
For what? for what?
Pirates of the Caribbean.
There's 4, so
I know.
So you
I've
fucked that up.
nope.
Oh,
I've
the third
seen
one's
the fourth.
Okay.
I saw the fourth one in theaters.
It's a-
I need to see the fourth.
Since the
one before
new
I see
one's
the
coming out, I've only seen the first one as well, and it's like, oh, I enjoyed that a good amount. It was fun, interesting and stuff. And then I think maybe I should watch all the other ones and go see the new one in theater. And then I just remember
Well,
how much everybody shits on.
If
the other
everyone's
ones.
available
Like,
Tuesday night
Yeah.
and you want to, we can go see the advanced screening.
Yeah,
of
oh, yeah.
I'll do that and bring
I'm
a
very-
fresh perspective.
I'm very interested. I'm gonna have to find a copy of 4 to knock that out real quick, but I'm in.
Yeah. We'll do that for sure.
Maybe I'll just watch Waterworld instead.
then-
Yeah,
if
I was
you
gonna say
want-
just go to Disney World and do the ride. They added Johnny Depp to the ride now, so
They did,
Yeah.
and I've been on it many times.
yeah, same here.
I have not been since they've added the Johnny Depp.
I've never been to it. Well, maybe when I was a little kid and I don't remember, but
You've
I've
never
never.
been to it without Johnny Depp.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, no, I remember it vividly without Depp.
I've never.
Honestly,
been.
it's almost identical.
Yeah, the only thing from the movies that I've ever saw in the ride is when they're kind of going out from the underworld in the third is very similar to when you go down the little waterfall in the very beginning of the ride. Other than that, there's nothing. in
Underworld?
comparison. Yeah, Underworld. Yeah, that.
Rise of the Lycans.
Rise of the Sand
That's
People. Or
that's
whatever,
the only. Why is that's the only subtitle of an Underworld movie I can remember, and I've seen one of them
Because it's
in
it's
theaters
such a
for
good-
this
One of them was like
podcast.
Blood Wars.
Was the
It's
one?
awesome.
Yeah. Which did I see? Is one of them called Awakening?
Yeah, that's the
Yes,
one you
it's
saw.
okay.
The
Yeah.
last one.
Yeah, I
Yeah,
think
that-
that was the most recent one.
It should just be like Resident Evil, where the final
Because
one's final
not
chapter.
Resident Evil, but
Underworld.
Underworld. The first 3 are really good, and then 4 and
Oh.
5 are just
I agree.
complete shit.
I've only seen the fifth one.
The third one is actually very good.
It's just you
It's a
got to
prequel.
know what it is.
It's a
You going,
prequel,
yeah,
but
yeah.
Maybe-
it's very good.
Maybe I'll watch them in reverse order now. I'll go 4, 3, 2, and then 1.
That'll make things easier on your
Yeah.
brain.
Yeah, exactly. So those are the movies we're seeing. Underworld, 2, 3, and 4.
Oh, what?
And
Which
then-
one? Who do you think has to pay?
Oh yeah,
you
I
said-
think he's gonna have to pay. There's
Steve,
no way.
You said
can
two.
find this-
You
I'm
said
gonna
two
fucking-
people have to pay.
I don't know if you're gonna find Caddyshack for free. Caddyshack 2 for free.
I don't know.
You say
see.
that, I'm gonna go to the goddamn library and I'm gonna come out. I'm gonna
Touche.
come out a hero.
I mean, possibility.
that's a good idea.
So I will.
maybe
be
I could
asking,
have done. Maybe I could have done that with Paul Blart Mall Cop
Oh,
too.
you definitely could have done that.
But I would have had to go
Mark.
all the way to to the National Library, because I'm sure it's kept behind, preserved to keep,
And then you'd
it's
have
the
to get a
national
library card, and that shit's expensive.
I mean, I will be asking how you guys
yeah.
got a hold of your movies.
Okay,
Sure.
And we will be dodging that question.
Blew a guy in an alley.
Oh
No,
that
I would freak
Then I got on the internet.
yeah. No, Charlie, we didn't want to know about your day.
Well, I needed the Wi-Fi password.
It's your house, Charlie.
He just took me to a McDonald's. I didn't even have to enter one.
So after that, I guess I want to say real quick, I ended up seeing Guardians of the Galaxy 2 and did not like it. Didn't really do anything for me. Yeah.
Fair enough.
Yeah. So I know. I mean, I don't think it was awful,
Yeah.
but it was like I think you guys touched on it, and I think you guys did on Three Wise Radio as well. It's kind of like James Gunn had his script and storyboard and everything from the first one and said, okay, everybody loved this, so let's just do that again. And he just pretty much repeated almost every single kind of
I will say in my
Beat.
head when they got to Ego's planet, I was like, just because you got a budget doesn't mean you got to use a budget, guys.
yeah. Yeah, and I mean, going away from it, really the only joke that really I guess hit me was the Zune joke. That was the only one that leaving the theater out. That was really the only joke I remembered.
The only thing is, when
the
did they get
Drax
that
Mantis
again?
interactions were pretty good sometimes.
Yeah, the first one I kind of liked. The second one when he was pretending he was gonna vomit was a little too much for me.
I
And-
liked when they were talking on the stairs. The
Yeah,
serious beat
yeah,
with him was good.
that part was fine.
What? How did they get the Zune though? I didn't remember that. I must have.
He
not
just gives
heard
it
of
to
Yondu. It was
Yondu.
Yeah,
But did Yondu
Sean-
stop by Earth?
Sean Gunn just
No, he gave it to his first mate, and then he gave it to him after.
yeah, Sean
at the
Gunn
end.
just gives it to him, and he's like, hey,
No, I know, but where did they get it from?
Earth.
Oh, yeah,
But
he
when
just
did
said-
they stop by Earth and grab that?
Just
fuck
when he
you,
was general.
Charlie.
I don't
Jesus.
know. These aren't
No,
the
but-
Adventures of Yondu. This is Guardians of the Galaxy.
I'm just saying they stopped by and
No, they didn't-
bought
he
it.
didn't
Yeah,
even-
the
he didn't
fucking
even-
plot device. That's how they got it.
Loaded with music,
Well,
so they
well,
took
they
it
didn't
from
even- they
somebody
didn't even
because
say-
nobody would have thrown those away.
Yeah, exactly.
Well, also, you can't use an iPhone because then you're paying Apple. You don't have to pay anything to feature a Zune because it doesn't exist.
I don't care about
anymore.
this. I don't care that it's well, the Zune does make it funnier, but that just the time wise, I just thought that was.
oh no, it doesn't make
I mean, it
sense.
just-
but it's
Like it
funny.
would have made more sense if he's like, oh, this is another tape he got when he picked you up.
But
that
I mean,
forgot or
I
something.
mean, it
don't know.
also
Yeah.
it also could have been just something that he got randomly, in space. Like someone else could have picked it up and they bartered for it somewhere else.
Yeah, okay. It
And
just
then
seemed.
and he was just like, "Oh, music. Maybe I'll give that to Quill."
It was
when
one
he
of those-
finally
Yeah.
forgives me.
It was one of those things I
When he
didn't think
finally
about when I
forgives
saw
me.
it, but afterwards I was thinking like, okay, but whatever.
Once my
It's
plot
not-
wraps up and,
Yeah.
and Quill likes me again.
But yeah,
he and I can listen to it together in the next movie. Oh,
also Did you see Alien Covenant?
I have not yet.
Okay,
no.
but Steve,
Oh man,
you're the
I'm
only one. Yeah, you.
I'm the
you,
only one that put in the legwork.
Yeah, you went back and watched.
I watched 3 Alien movies yesterday to watch Covenant today for this, and you guys are slacking.
Yeah, we're.
I mean, I want to see it still.
Yeah, same.
No, that's fine.
But yeah, so what did you think? What did you? Especially because you just watched all of them except for Resurrection, so you have a basis where to.
I thought it was okay.
Would you take your niece to it?
No, because she's 9.
So she's already seen it.
Yeah.
Okay.
No, she's busy watching Faces of Death.
Okay. Yeah. Well, at about 9, yeah, that's.
That's my first view. No,
Her parents might be listening, man. Come on.
no one is. No, it was okay. It did the same thing that Prometheus did that drove me, as someone who's kind of in the science sector, it drives me insane that these people are supposed to be like the top of their field in science, and they're just like, I'm on an alien planet, might as well go in raw.
Yeah.
And they're just like walking around and just tromping through everything. I was like, you guys are the worst scientists
I thought
in
about
all
that too.
of creation.
In the trailer, when they step on that berry thing and it crushes open, like, you probably should have been in a fully covered suit. Like,
Well, no, and I just watched Prometheus, and they're like, oh man, the air's breathable. Just take off their helmets. like guys, really, this is. And then there's just so many problems with these people being scientists and just not following like general protocol. And in every movie, someone breaks quarantine rules at some point.
Oh, sure.
In every movie,
Oh,
just
that's-
in general.
that's
and-
almost a
yes.
given in all like
Did any of you guys see
sci-fi
Life
contamination
when that came
movies.
out?
No,
I'm,
but
I'm gonna rent it probably.
It was actually very good, but the same thing happens. Like
they
it's-
just like ignore.
But at
quarantine.
least in that, they have a voice of reason. There's someone there going,
Well-
what the fuck is wrong with you for doing that?
well, it's kind of nice because in the first Alien, Ripley is the one that's like, guys, quarantine, and
Yeah.
in Prometheus, Charlize Theron just flamethrowers that motherfucker. So that I was like, all right, good call. But like overall, it did some good stuff. Like once again, like in Prometheus, Michael Fassbender just steals the show.
Yeah.
The very last part, they kind of turned it into Alien 1, and they kind of rushed through the whole Alien 1 thing. They do some sort of resolution of kind of where the xenomorph comes from. You get a little bit more answers on that. But overall, it really is the Michael Fassbender being two people talking to himself show. Like those scenes are all really good. Him being two slightly different characters and kind of melding them in multiple scenes together is really good. There's some freaky stuff, but overall it just kind of annoys you that these people are this dumb at this point.
Yeah.
When they make another one, I guess but
No, they're making another one, and the next one I believe is supposed to finally link us to LV-426.
But I mean, would you
They're tentatively
watch it?
making, I think, 3 more. And I use the word tentatively because it's a 79-year-old or whatever.
And I remember
Yeah.
hearing
saying,
Ridley
I'm
Scott.
going to survive.
I
to
thought he
make
said he was
3
going to
more.
make them until he dies.
I
Fuck,
remember-
at this point, yes.
I remember, but he says a lot of shit in interviews. I remember reading an interview where he's like, okay, this one is after Prometheus. The next one, though, is going to be a prequel before Prometheus. And then I'm
Oh,
also
that would
going to
be-
make another one.
I don't-
It
after
was
this
something
one.
where it was like if he would like
Jesus,
line
man.
up the 4 movies he's making, he's like, I'm making 1, 3, 2, 4 because fuck it, why not?
Yeah, and I even remember when Prometheus was coming out, people were like, "Oh, is this an Alien prequel?" And he was like, no, it's got some like Alien type stuff in it, but it's not related." And then at the end, there's a fucking xenomorph, and it's like, wait, what? I thought.
Which felt added, because I do remember reading a thing where he said that it was supposed to be an Alien prequel, but then he put so much shit in it where he's like, well, fuck, it's just going to kind of be in its own thing.
Yeah.
And then people are like, no, we want Alien. We want Alien.
I mean, it's okay, but like, I was watching a video on it today because like I'm trying to like
Because you want
organize-
somebody else to tell you what your opinion should be.
Yes. No. It's mostly because I'm kind of overloaded and I haven't really spent a lot of time with the material. I've watched almost the entire like set of the movie in these past 2 days.
You haven't seen any of the AVP movies, though.
I've seen one.
Oh, you have? Okay.
Best one.
I saw the first one.
Okay.
But like, so I still
Ooh, I
haven't.
can't wait to
I
watch
still
that
haven't
again.
gotten like spent enough time with it to really like form my own opinions. Like, I'm still kind of working through like how I felt about them all, and so I was like kind of researching how other people felt about them just to see like what they were kind of thinking, and a lot of people are just saying like we don't care about where the xenomorph comes from. Like the whole point is that it's creepy and it's weird and it's foreign and we don't know where it came from and we don't. and like that's terrifying. Like, doesn't matter where this thing came from, it's the worst.
And
I do kind of agree with that, but it is nice to kind of get a little bit of answers, even if the answers are a little confusing and kind of don't make any sense.
Yeah, I think that the only questions I would have after watching the first one, like, you know, the original Alien, there are just some things that's like, well, what the fuck is that? Like the engineer sitting
about
there.
Prometheus, then?
No, like
The
just
first Alien?
Alien, yeah, because there's a scene where when they board the ship where there's the big there's that big engineer thing that's in Prometheus,
Right?
And it's like, well, what the fuck is this? And you don't even it's not even like mentioned at all until Prometheus.
Yeah.
But yeah, I don't really give a shit where they come from.
You get a little bit more about that, and it kind of comes together. But then them explaining where the xenomorph comes from kind of breeds more questions, and it's not like answerable questions. It's more like, if that's how that happened, where are the shouldn't a queen be involved somewhere in here? Where's the queen coming from?
Yeah.
I want to see that the hybrid alien again. That's what I want to see. A movie about that guy, the human alien hybrid.
No one ever wants that.
Nah, the only one that deserves to exist is the Predalien.
Oh yeah,
too.
You're right.
I've never seen the Alien versus Predator movies.
Watch the first one at least. It's awesome.
Okay.
Well, most people haven't seen Requiem, and I mean that because it's so dark that you can't see what's happening in the movie.
It is.
I will say that
excessively dark.
Is it darker than the end of the original Batman? Because if you've ever tried to watch Burton's Batman and there's any light in the room whatsoever, you can't see jack shit.
So
in a
just
church.
imagine that's like the whole movie. Though.
I will say that in Covenant there's a part that it's super different. Like it's really dark as well, and there's a lot of like Michael Fassbender scenes, and you're like, I can't tell who the fuck is who right now. Because they're both essentially the same android.
Maybe that's
so
the point.
They look identical, and they're like, stuff's happening, and you're like, I can't tell which one was which.
Can I bring up a light spoiler? Do you guys care?
Well,
if you want.
I was gonna ask before you go to that. I guess I was gonna ask, is Danny McBride's death good?
He makes it.
What? Oh, that's a shock. I wouldn't have. I thought he was like all kinds of dead.
No, he's the pilot, so he's mostly on the ship.
Oh, how'd you like in Prometheus when the pilot was like, I'm crashing this plane, and the three guys that were there were like, let's do it. It's like, well, you guys can get off. Like, what do you guys don't have to do this.
I was more concerned about in Prometheus when there's the giant rolling thing, and my friend who was watching it with me even said, it was like, okay, so I know why Indiana Jones didn't run to the left or right.
Yeah.
But I can't, for the life of me, figure out why these two people.
I mean, that's like that's not the first time it's ever happened in film, but that's
It's the
so
glaring,
bad that
yeah.
that's like what people call it. Like that's like the fucking Prometheus thing because
Yeah.
it's just huge, and it's like a 2-minute sequence of it.
And one of them eventually runs to the side.
No, she eventually she falls, and she's like, oh no, I've fallen. How can I run any further? And then she like rolls 4 times to the right and gets out of the way.
I've only seen that once, and it was when it came out. So.
No, she literally rolls like over 2 times, and she's like on her back, and like it just passes her, and you're like, oh, so you could, okay, all right.
What were you gonna bring up, Chuck?
It's only it's not really a spoiler plot wise, but do you guys care?
No.
Go for it.
Apparently, I was reading some reviews. They said that we've always seen Predator vision, but they said that we get to see the point of view of an alien.
You
this
do
time.
see alien vision.
So, what did that look like? Or
Everything was like Muppets, and
or a lot of people were joking like it should just be a black screen because they don't have eyes.
It's almost like if you stretched like a piece of plastic with like diamonds on it. It just kind of like distorted in like this weird like pixelated crystal version.
Like a fly's eye, almost
Yeah.
if it were diamonds.
Yeah, it was like like a fly's eye, but like not each eye is its own thing. It's like if a
Gotcha.
fly eye was just stretched over
Yeah.
your eye.
Okay.
So you just saw kind of like the tessellation of the things
Gotcha.
around it.
Huh.
so you liked it? You didn't like it?
It was okay.
Serviceable.
Yeah, it answers some questions. It drags a little, but mostly it's just the Fassbenders.
Gotcha.
Just them they are carrying the movie. Because once again, like I can't express enough how it angers me that these scientists are just like they're supposed to be
Awful.
top of their jobs.
Yeah.
And no, like in Prometheus, that guy's like trying to pet a creepy snake after it like Cobra hoods up.
Yeah.
And I'm like, dude, No.
Maybe the other scientists that didn't go that were better knew that shit was there, and they're like, I'm not fucking going to that planet. And then somebody's like, oh, I'll go. And they get all the shitty
Honestly,
scientists.
possibly.
How'd you like Guy Pearce? Oh, this is Prometheus, but how'd you like Guy Pearce being
Guy
an
Pearce
old man
was in-
makeup?
Guy Pearce was in Covenant, but he wasn't in old man makeup.
Oh, he wasn't?
We see young Guy
Nah,
Pearce.
he was
Yeah,
in, he
because-
was in Mandarin makeup.
Because that always confused the fuck out of me in Prometheus. It's like,
Guy
what?
Pearce is in Covenant?
He at the very beginning they Guy Pearce is talking to Michael Fassbender's David.
Oh, so
Right
this
when
takes
he's
place
made.
before Prometheus. then.
It's literally it's like a scene from before Prometheus.
Gotcha.
It's a scene of him making David.
Yeah,
Gotcha.
Well,
Okay.
right after David's made, he's like talking to him in like the very beginning of him being online.
I thought that was so dumb because it's like, why did you hire Guy Pearce and put him in old man makeup? Why didn't you just fucking hire an old man?
Well, I mean,
Like,
it
why?
it also doesn't hurt that in Covenant he's in all of like 5 minutes.
And he didn't. That role really didn't require like any chops. or
No, it
anything.
didn't.
Yeah.
Could have been anybody.
Yeah, they didn't need the acting talent of Guy Pearce to come in. I mean,
That's a stretch.
whoa, he's a national treasure. Just right up there with
Margot Martindale.
no, I was gonna say fuck, I don't even remember this motherfucker's name. The old
Randy
dude,
Orton.
the old dude that we always make fun of. That's dead.
Oh, Mickey Rooney.
Mickey
Rooney.
Rooney. There
Come
we
on,
go. Forgot his name. Wow, that's embarrassing.
Such a national.
I'll have
treasure.
to edit that out.
Yeah. I hope you do. So I don't have to edit out my own copy.
Yeah, I mean, I guess we'll just go into stuff we actually like then.
All right.
Yeah, so that's a
is that me?
segment. Yeah, that's you. What's
me?
something that you actually like?
Well, I'm excited. I'm probably gonna have to find a copy of it somewhere online first, so I can watch
Staying
the
Alive?
new one. I'm
Oh.
referring to Fire Walk with Me, the movie for Twin Peaks, because
Yeah.
the new Twin Peaks series is starting up tonight. Well, tonight, Sunday,
Yeah.
when we're recording. So a week ago, pretty much when this actually releases. I'm excited for the new Twin Peaks. I really enjoyed season 1 of Twin Peaks. Season 2 got weird, but I'm hoping that they kind of bring back the roots for the I don't know how long this is going to be.
And
It's
you've never
probably like
seen-
a mini series.
You've never seen Fire Walk with Me?
No, but I'm probably going to watch it before I watch the new stuff.
Yeah. All right. So you like Twin Peaks?
I do.
All right. Charlie, we'll go you, and
I
then
got
we'll
two
go you,
things.
Joe. After that.
I
Yeah.
meant to do this the last time, but I gotta research what the name of it is again. But it's a show that's coming out, I think, on Showtime, about 2 actors that used to be on a really popular TV show. It got canceled, but they're doing like the Netflix thing where they bring them back after a couple decades or whatever. And the 2 actors absolutely hate each other, right? And so they have to get along to be on the show. Okay, that premise doesn't really do anything for me, but the 2 actors are Jeff Goldblum and Danny DeVito. So I really think that show could be awesome.
And you don't know
What
the
is
name
this?
of it?
I don't remember.
I have not heard about this at all.
I just heard about it on the radio.
Oh,
the
you
other
guys
day.
do some filler. I'll look it up. I'll
Well,
do the
I mean,
research.
I think that just means that it's time for Joe to talk about what he
Yeah,
actually
well,
likes.
but my real thing I actually
Oh,
like,
okay.
and I don't know if I really like it yet, but I texted you guys the other day that, hey, that new Linkin Park album came out. I'm going to download it and listen to it. I downloaded it from Spotify, so I wasn't paying for it because I used my brother's account.
Of course.
And I listened to it. It's like, okay, this actually isn't bad because I think this is the first album that they
I
downloaded.
actually like it, and I think we're
I
in the
know.
minority.
I
But
think
I know
it's-
it's
I think it's-
softer than.
I think
some
it's
of
because
their-
they finally made an album that they changed their sound, but they were like, we're not even going to attempt to put it. Because the old ones, they still try some of the songs to like, okay, we'll do a little bit of this
They
for
kind
the
of
old
dip their
fans
toe
and
in the
stuff.
old.
Yeah, this one, they're like, fuck it, we're just going to do
well, it's
whatever
very
we want.
British pop, not British pop, like British rock. It's what's very popular
Maybe
in the
that's why
punk
I
rock
enjoy
scene
it.
in Britain. You hear BBC One is full of songs like this, and
I might actually
it's
really
it's a
want to listen to
huge
that then.
shift. It's a huge shift from what they usually sound like, but it's really good. And in all honesty, and even with someone like the Beatles, it's the first time I can remember someone shifting their tone drastically, and I like both versions of it. I like
Yeah.
what was before, and I like this too.
Yeah.
I
Like,
might
if
have to
they
check that
came
out then.
for this album, like, if they came on tour for this album,
I'm sure they
I
will.
I would probably see it.
Yeah.
I would see it
We,
because
we,
an
there
album,
won't be many people there apparently.
I'm
'cause
real-
it's
I
just
don't know.
everyone's saying they hate
an
it.
album like this though, they'd probably do a show at like the pageant or something for this, not like a big arena. Or
Sure.
whatever.
That'd be
So I would
crazy
see
if
'em.
Linkin Park was playing at the pageant.
I wouldn't be
Jesus.
surprised.
I'm real upset that I'm not going to get to go to that Blink-182 Linkin Park
I know.
thing in like,
Linkin Park.
yeah, in like New York / Pennsylvania.
I mean, even at
What
their
year
height,
is it?
even at their highest point, I think the biggest place I ever saw them play at was Hollywood Casino, and even
Who?
that's not that
Lincoln
big.
Park?
Yeah. Did they play Scottrade ever?
I saw them at Family Arena.
Lincoln Park's played Scottrade before, yeah.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Okay, never mind then.
And I saw them at Family Arena.
Not
Oh,
like
okay.
by themselves, like they're part of an ensemble type.
I couldn't find anything under Danny DeVito or Jeff Goldblum's filmography.
I promise I heard it, but it might have just been like
Announced?
super early. Yeah.
I got you.
I'll try and find more and report back. But I think
Okay.
it sounds great only because of those two actors.
Yeah,
So.
yeah, it sounds like. it'd
Well,
be
the
fun.
concept isn't bad. It's just not enough to draw me in, but then you attach those two names and
Yeah.
good to go.
I mean, it could have been anyone and Jeff Goldblum or anyone and Danny DeVito. And I'd probably
Yes,
been involved.
yes.
I would have been like, all right, let's do this.
But if it was Billy Crystal and Josh Gad, you'd be out.
I tried to watch that, actually. I watched
sorry.
like 2 episodes, and I was like, nah.
I think you went farther than anybody else.
What's that dude from Whiplash's name?
Miles
Teller.
Yeah.
What if it was Miles Teller and Miles Teller?
Oh wait, you were
Jesus.
actually asking. Sorry, I thought that was like a random
I really
joke or
couldn't
something.
remember.
if it was both Miles Teller,
Yeah.
like, oh Jesus, that'd be the most. Oh
Yeah,
God.
because you'd agree with them both because they hate each other.
Yeah, exactly.
I'm very confused right now.
Joe, what is something that you actually like?
Surprisingly, Hulu has some great entertainment documentaries. Last
hear
month
that.
I was watching the what is it, Batman and Bill.
Yeah.
Last month, where it was the Bill Finger and about it was a documentary on how he finally got credit on Batman and everything else. And now this month, I haven't checked it out yet, but I'm going to here in the next couple days. It's Becoming Lazenby, and it's the George Lazenby. It's kind of a documentary on how George Lazenby whittled his way into Bond and then dropped out after one film. And not only is it a documentary, but they recreate scenes with actors.
Dramatizations.
Yeah, they
of
do
George
dramatizations, comedic dramatizations in the
I
documentary.
don't know who that is. George Lazenby. Who is that?
He's a Bond, so he was one of the James Bonds.
Oh,
but he
really?
only did one film, and he was
Which one? Which one?
You
on
would
Her
know him.
Majesty's Secret Service.
You would know him, I think.
Okay.
So he,
I mean, I've seen it. I just have.
he
That name
did
just
the
doesn't
one
sound
between.
familiar.
It's the one between You Only Live Twice and Diamonds Are Forever.
I might be thinking of someone else.
So
too.
he's the first person. Yes, I'm only counting the eons. Fuck Jimmy Bond and all that other non-canon shit. He was the first person than Sean Connery
Jimmy Bond.
to play James Bond. And
Drinking a margarita.
he was like and the dude's almost a con artist. Like, he walked in and kind of just made them believe he had this illustrious acting career and was
And because
full
it was
of
before
himself.
the internet and
Yeah,
no one
and
was checking.
And it was
I'm
full of
also a
himself.
surgeon.
Well, no, there's this great thing where they sit down
And women
and-
love me.
and he, like, apparently his conscience gets the best of him, and he starts telling Broccoli that
Broccoli.
is
I
it
mean,
Broccoli?
I've heard it both. I've heard it both ways.
Oh, okay. I've
I,
always heard it
I thought he
I'm
was just
pretty
crazy
sure-
enough
I'm
that he
pretty
was
sure-
I thought
talking
too.
to
I'm
broccoli.
pretty sure it's broccoli.
Okay,
I stole
I
the
was
job.
But
You're
he's
so
talking
delicious.
he's talking to one of the producers, and he finally comes clean, saying, "I'm not an actor." And he goes, "Are you fucking kidding me? You just convinced 500 people that you were an actor." He's like, "You can act." So he puts him in there. And On Her Majesty's Secret Service is a great
You know,
film.
that's the greatest trick the devil ever did was convincing 500 people that he could act.
It's a great Bond film, but he's not a good Bond. And there's actually like a whole like 1/3 of the movie where his voice is dubbed because he's supposed to put on an accent, and it's very awkward.
The way you phrase that reminds me of Amazing Spider-Man 2, where the whole movie is good except for the main character is bad, except for with Amazing Spider-Man 2, the movie's bad too.
Garfield's fine. The movie is shit though, but
Wait, now we're talking about Garfield? 1 or 2?
Garfield was in both.
Oh, I thought you were talking about the movie Garfield.
No.
I
So
didn't
anyway,
mean to interrupt. Yeah, you go.
long story short, Hulu actually turns to have really good.
Yeah, no, I
entertainment documentaries.
saw 8 Days a week. 8 Days a week, I think
Yeah.
is the name of it. I watched that, and that was actually
That
a
was
really
one
good
of your
one.
things.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I mentioned that
was a couple-
a while ago.
What did
couple-
you say it was called? Making Lazenby or
Becoming Lazenby.
Becoming Lazenby. All right, I don't know if I have said this before on
You
the
have.
podcast. I probably have, but I'm gonna go with something I actually like. I'm saying it because the 3rd season just came out. I think yesterday. Unbreakable Kimmy Schmidt.
I'm really
is-
glad I didn't use that as mine then.
Yeah,
'Cause
yeah.
I was considering it.
Yeah, I mean, I love Tina Fey.
Do you
like,
know-
I haven't even
the
seen any
spoiler.
advertising for that. That's
There's
surprising.
a huge spoiler. Do you know it?
No, I don't.
Unbreakable Kimmy Schmidt?
Yeah.
I don't know anything about it. Like I literally,
I already watched
I didn't
it,
even
so-
know that. I didn't even know that it was like coming out,
Have
and
you
then all of a sudden
seen
people are like,
Sleepaway
"Hey,
Camp?"
it's-
There's a, huge, there's a huge thing in one of the episodes that. Well, I don't want to spoil it, but it's the only thing I've seen articles written on about.
that was, so you're
I don't know what it'd be about, but I've watched the entire season.
Okay.
I guess you guys have never seen Sleepaway Camp, so that joke.
Oh, I wasn't listening to
No,
it.
but I've seen the scene. Sam's shown me the scene.
I've seen the movie.
I mean,
too.
I know what it is.
I mean,
That's all you gotta see.
it fades to black after that too.
Yes.
Roll credits.
Yeah,
Like that's
no.
what
I had
a
this
way.
whole entire Sam was referencing it for like all day, and I was like, "What the fuck are you talking about?" And finally, he just showed me, and it's the fucking weirdest.
Steve, you've
I've
never
watched-
seen it?
I've never seen it, but I know.
I've
what it
watched
is.
the whole
Ah,
movie
damn.
before.
I've only seen that scene, and
I was
that's
gonna
enough
say, if
for
he
me.
didn't know, we need to pause this. I wanted to hear his reaction.
Record it. Yeah, that movie's ridiculous. So you're saying the spoiler is that Kimmy Schmidt actually is a man.
No.
Oh, okay.
I'm trying to think of like what happens in this.
But Jane Krakowski's character.
It's not a huge thing, but it's a nod to something, and it raises an actually a bigger entertainment question than
Okay.
anything else.
Maybe we'll bring it up off air.
The
You guys
Avengers
can,
Tower.
Yes, yes.
Hey, can I do one more thing I like?
Sure.
Without-
You're a madman.
Real quick. Without context, I showed my parents the Aim for the Bushes scene from the other guys just because I wanted to see what they think. I was like, hey, check this out. Just played the full scene. And they're watching, they're like, okay. And then they, obviously everybody in here is familiar with that. Steve, are you?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. And they thought it was funny. That scene is so incredible.
Oh, that's
It's the best scene in the movie.
cinema.
And it's just so perfect. I love that scene.
Yeah. It's pretty good. All right, with that being said,
So that's the thing I
so
like.
next episode is gonna be a full episode. Joe, you're gonna be back for that,
Yes, I
hopefully, or else I don't know what we're
We'll
gonna
just
do.
be talking about our movies.
Man, these movies suck. All right.
And yeah, where else can listeners hear you at? It's Three Wise Radio.
Yes.
It's our sexy cousin podcast. They are the
Ooh.
radio of the Three Wise Media. Yeah, is there anything else you wanna say? Oh, fuck you, Charlie. Showing me the who is that again?
That's
Peyton
Peyton
Manning.
Manning, yeah, that Peyton Manning picture. But yeah, I got nothing else to say. Who are we? Thanks to you guys, I guess. Thanks to Three Wise Media.
I was gonna
and-
say
Listeners
Scott
like you.
Blackwell for our
Oh yeah. Thanks to
our
Scott for the
logo.
logo.
Jeremy for
No,
Jeremy Lamb.
yeah, no
In the
theme
next
songs.
episode.
Yeah, jeez, Steve.
Oh God, I always forget that prequels we don't play it.
Yeah, we just go straight in. God.
I'm so thankful.
All right. Other than that, yeah, the Twitter, Movie versus Podcast, Facebook, Gmail, all that jazz. Bye.
Movie Versus is a production of Three Wise Media. For more information, check us out on Facebook.